The Uncharted franchise is without a doubt one of the greatest treasures that Sony has ever seen. Does Naughty Dog do the series justice with its final release? Find out in this review. Nathan Drake has seemingly given up his adventurous past in exchange for a more somber, relaxed life with franchise veteran and his wife, Alina. That is, until his brother Sam shows up, whom Drake thought had perished 15 years prior, to take Nathan on his final quest, the search for Henry Avery's secret treasure. The storyline's pacing is absolutely perfect, and in typical Naughty Dog fashion plays on every emotion possible to tell the tale. Intense moments combined with the absolutely stellar dialogue and voice acting make this game one of my absolute favorite single-player storylines of all time. The way the characters interact on screen, subtle changes in tone and facial structure help really immerse the player into this world. The wittiness of Nathan combined with the smooth-talking Sam, it's one of the best combinations in gaming I've seen in quite a long time. The antagonist, Rafe, is diabolical yet somehow grounded in reality. The story kept me hooked from the opening cutscene to the ending credits. Speaking of facial structures, Uncharted 4 has arguably the best looking graphics in gaming. The character's emotion is on full display with top-of-the-line face scan technologies. At some moments, I forgot I was playing a game. The cutscene to gameplay transitions are so subtle it feels as if you were interacting the entire time. The environments range from lush jungle to dingy catacombs, and the underwater sequences are absolutely stunning. It really feels like the characters are just alive, and you are watching through a camera. The campaign features bonus unlocks that allow you to change the way the game renders, from cel-shaded to rainbow funland. There are a lot of filters to choose from, some more practical than others, but this just reminded me of how playing games used to be as a kid. We had unlocks like big head mode and mirrored gameplay. It's something that gaming nowadays just forgot about, so it was really nice to see here. The gunplay in this game is tight, with the recoil of the weapons, while annoying at times, reacts properly to how the gun should feel. The AK jumping around with every shot, while the sniper rifles are tight and precise. With that said, the absolute worst part about this game, hands down, has to be the movement of the character. Getting stuck on corners of objects or trying to get into certain angles of cover at a moment's notice left me exposed more than a dozen handful of times, and often leads to death in these epic firefights. The frustration sinks in when you have the heavy enemies with the shotguns or machine guns, all the while dodging grenades. It is definitely one of the most challenging yet realistic AI systems in gaming today. Enemies flank, throw grenades, and overall feel like you're actually going up against an army instead of brain-dead folk in other titles, which is why it's frustrating. If I can't get to cover the way I need to, it usually just ends in death. The sound design is spectacular, with set pieces triggering epic scores that really set the mood. But what shines over the music for me is the voice acting. The game solidifies and cements the fact that Nolan North and Troy Baker are some of the best voice actors in the business. Great work all around from all of the cast. The game features competitive multiplayer hosting 3 modes: Team Deathmatch, Command, and Plunder, with Team Deathmatch also having a ranked mode. Command pits 2 teams capturing zones, with each team having a promoted captain based on score. KO the captain for extra points. This is Uncharted's version of domination. Plunder being a take on Capture the Flag, where you have to return an idol to your base. These idols spawn in the center of the map, you run with your team, you bring it back. The multiplayer has a learning curve that at times can be frustrating, but I am glad they decided to not just tack it on like other single-player focused titles. I have played quite a few games, and I can say that for a third-person shooter, it's pretty enjoyable and fast-paced. The magic implementation is annoying, and it just doesn't fit with the rest of the multiplayer. The magic can hit you through walls, and it just feels like it's an unfair advantage to the player who lays it. Overall, Uncharted 4 manages to exceed my expectations, and as a player who has really only dived into the first title, this has given me a craving to go back and complete the franchise through. Uncharted 4 is the best game to come out in 2016, and even though it is only May, has a shot at Game of the Year. A 5 out of 5. Seriously guys, if you have a PlayStation 4, pick this title up. It's unbelievable. Like I want to I'm not a single player person, and after I finished this game, it just makes me want to play more. I want to play more Uncharted. So I have the collection. I believe I made it about halfway through the first game. I'm going back and doing them all. It's fantastic. If I could give this a 6 out of 5, I would, but for the sake of being professional with my reviews, I'm not going to do that. It's the best game. It's the best single player game that I've played in I don't even know how long. I played Quantum Break. This shit's all over Quantum Break. You know, it's the best PlayStation game that I have right now, and I enjoyed this more than The Last of Us. So you can take that however you like. If you have a PlayStation, you owe it to yourself to pick this up. Guys, if you watched the review, you saw the score, I want to know what you guys think. No spoilers in the chat. I tried to do this review spoiler-free. If you can leave a comment, let me know what you guys think of the game. If you haven't picked it up, let me know what you guys are playing. If you have picked it up and you agree, disagree with the review score, I want to know down below. Leave a comment. Use the keyword Uncharted 4. Hashtag it down below. And I'll see you on the next one.